question is this. You're telling me that I need to build my ego up in order to slash it and humble it. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I strengthen something and then weaken it? Why wouldn't I just keep it? And I think you're getting it, and it's really difficult to understand why, but it's like you need to build that muscle, and then once it's starting to float and getting a little too strong, you got to keep it centered. It's a really tricky balance, because if you don't have the strengthening, then you can't accept anything. And anything that's coming through from internally or externally from someone else, you're going to either just believe or go with, or you're not going to really have a good grounding. It's going to be very flaky. But again, like if it's too strong, you might cut yourself away from what's coming in from the outside and the inside, and now you're completely disconnected. So it's this sense of building and then humbling, and it's a really weird way to put it. And if you could look at it that way, then you can get a good sense of where you are. Have you taken the responsibility? Are you at a good place of strength where you've grounded yourself in this earth, and now it's time to take another step to the humility? If that's the case, well, now you want to start trying to get contact with the unconscious. You want to do meditations. You want to take your walks. You want to spend time in solitude. You want to read. You want to learn in self-knowledge. You want to get connected to your energies. If you're at that strengthened ego phase and you notice that you want a little more humility and clarity in life, do the more meditative route. If you are at the weakened ego stage and you notice yourself always projecting out, clinging on to things, still living with your parents or being very dependent on others, then you want to start taking personal responsibility and get into a place of independence. Look at yourself as a hero if your ego's weak, to build towards that hero. And then if you're at the hero stage, you sort of want to kill the hero, which is really, really weird. But I think that's the trick to all this, because if you can build and then kill it, but still keep at that balance point, now you're grounded, you're strong, but you're also humble and you're open. And I think that's the paradox of life to aim towards, is that open, humble strength that's difficult to achieve.
I just thought of like really like two analogies that are kind of cool. Like the first one is like, so say you can fly, right? And like if you like you have the ability to fly, but if you never go and fly, then you're stuck on the ground forever. Like you're never gonna be able to go explore like the sky, go on like some fun flying with your friends or something like that. And that's like that weak ego. Like you're never gonna get out of where you were. You're gonna be dependent, and you're gonna be stuck on the ground. You're never gonna explore something better. You're never able to go get a job or like do whatever you want with your life. But if you fly, like you fly so much, you fly too high, you're gonna exit the atmosphere. You won't be able to breathe. You're done. And it's like you got to keep that balance. Like stay in the atmosphere, have your fun, but be close, but don't go too high. Like kind of like that.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's really it. And a lot of people, wow. I'm just gonna keep it at that, because you said you had another one. I don't want you to lose it. That was unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, like this one's a little bit this one's a little bit weird, but it's almost like building, like say you're building like a military, right? You need like you have a weak military. If something comes in, like someone raids your city, like you're gonna bye-bye, right? You're never gonna grow, you're never gonna be able to defend, like you're never gonna be able to get better, grow your city, infrastructure, all that stuff. But you let it grow too much, you're gonna end up like say like the Nazis and do some crazy ass shit and like cause like real destruction. So it's kind of like having that strong thing, like be able to defend, be able to grow, be able to take something like a terrorist attack or anything like that, but not too much where like you get like so big, like oh my god, like the Nazis, like we run the world, we're gonna take over the world, some crazy ass shit like that. I like the
Yeah.
first one better though, but
No, that one's good too.
yeah.
And there's a lot of interesting things would happen with the world wars, and a lot of people
Mm.
say that the collective unconscious was just forgotten, and it came out and it popped in those instances. And I think it's really interesting to realize that if you're not strong enough ego wise to take what's coming up, then it might force you to do things that you don't want to do, in a sense.